Hello everybody, welcome to JC Let's Play. My name is Jonathan Cook, and this is episode 14 of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. We're joined again, of course, by Mia Aliapo. Let's get a hello wave from her. It's been about a week since I've been able to get on the character. That I'm spending some time over on Kalk, and getting some things done over there, and spending some time, probably way too much time, in GTA 5. But we have made our return to Mia. Oh, and we've got somebody sharing the frame with us. We'll move a bit and get that cleared up. But yeah, that's when last we left off. We had done, I believe, our level 10 class quest and gotten some things from that. But we have a number of quests over here in our logs, so let's just get started with those. Let's see, we need to report to Ostfair in Middle La Noscea, so I guess we'll start there. Let's look through. You know, I have a feeling I should probably do these Lower La Noscea quests before too long, so what do you say we do those first? We'll turn in our quest to Ostfair on our way to Lower La Noscea by going through Middle. We'll leave just desserts for a while and go do that and sprint and okay, there is Carbuncle. I couldn't remember if I'd summoned Carbuncle or not when I logged in, so and sprinting out into Middle La Noscea, a little bit of a jump there, kind of a force of habit that I have when zoning. And we could go up to do our just deserts. Not desserts, I said desserts earlier, it's deserts. Completely different words. Gotta love the American English language. But, we'll go up here and turn in our Yars and Yazov quest before moving into Lower La Noscea for our kobolds and indigents, not indigents, and kobolds ahoy, which I'm sure will open up another string of quests that will keep us in Lower La Noscea, but so be it. Let's speak with Ostfair here. Oh, and I've skipped over that. Lothagrin is a vital stronghold. One maelstrom would defend themselves had they the means. The fleet is spread too thin, which is why the Yellow Jackets have been called in. But our numbers are hardly inexhaustible, and your help goes a long way towards preserving the peace. And we have options for gear here. Let's go with the leather boots. Those would be an upgrade for what we're currently wearing. Open our armory chest, and of course they are yellow, as a lot of the starting equipment you receive in Lower La Noscea is. I'm just going to look through these real quick to make sure. I couldn't remember. I knew that I had this weathered grimoire, but I had talked about spirit bonding the rest of those, but I didn't, so. And we'll continue along into Lower La Noscea. And you see the symbol of the cave bats, signifying they are there for our hunting log that we could do. We still need to do some wind sprites, some nesting buzzards, a number of creatures actually here in Lower La Noscea, but we'll save those. Bronrut, bound for the Lothagrin checkpoint. You've come to the right minds. You'll find most denizens of the dark will leave you be so long as you extend them the same courtesy, but kobolds can be a bit more belligerent. Still, nothing an adventurer of your venturesomeness can't handle, I suppose. Oh, and he has another quest for me. Fire and Brimstone. Brimstone has blocked Bronrut out of blind iron mines. Well, this time we've dug ourselves a hole well in truly. Struck brimstone while shoveling through the mines, and now the rocks are rife with the reek of rotten eggs. The gas grew to be too much to bear. You'll need this clear earth crystal if you're to restore the earth and plug the leak properly. Just mind the seraphid clouds brought on by the brimstone. Brimstone, of course, probably being sulfur. And there's Wahoy Mahoy. You must be the help that Skarnmars sent. I thought you'd never get here. The kobolds stuck me up and skedaddled with the garments, but you don't worry none. I'm fixin' to get 'em back so we can get 'em back. All you got... Oh, no, I didn't mean to click. Darn! I'm just gonna take my hand off the mouse. And once them critters come out, thwack, you pop 'em in the jaw and snag the loot. It's foolproof. I wish I knew what critters you were talking about, but must be from that. Here's our gas plume. and use a clear earth crystal to plug that. And probably get, nope, nothing spawned that time around. We'll go to the damaged Wayne and do this part of the quest. Interacting. And I sense a hostile presence. So we'll cast some spells over there. If I can remember what spells I have. Oh. Carbuncle, of course, doing a fantastic job of keeping us alive. And that was that. So we'll go plug these other holes and then go back and speak to our quest NPC. This seems to be leaking more out of the pipe than it is the ground, but maybe not. And we sense a hostile presence of Seraphids. It strikes me that I do not have etheric flow or aether flow on, so we'll do that very quickly. And our last gas plume. Ooh, and 2 hostile presences that time. And see if I can get a target selected. Luckily these enemies are level 6 and we are level 10, so they are a little easy for us to take. And we'll go turn in those 2 parts of the quest. You see that one of them completed the quest. The other one we just completed an objective of the quest. Now that's a breath of fresh air. It's funny. But for many of the miners, a bit of brimstone is nothing to write home about. But I'm the one who has to write those letters when those gluttons choke to death down there. The prices metals command in the wake of the calamity will make us either rich or dead. Of course, the calamity refers to the attack from Bahamut at the end of 1.0. Okay, so we obviously want that ring. And we hit level 11. We'll equip that there. And speak to Wahoy Mahoy again. Well done. Or, you done good, partner. Round up enough to bring back the stead, I reckon. I'll tend to the rest of this here mess. You go ahead and make sure old Skarnmar gets the goods. So now we need to run over to Skarmar, which if you remember, is just down here in Red Rooster Stead. And let's sprint there. And we will move along. Well, this is a further run than I was anticipating. You sprint a second time. Ooh, and I need to be sure to speak to that Chocobo Keep, so that it unlocks that waypoint if ever I use fast travel in the area. And there's Skarnmar. And he said, good to see you return to us unharmed. We'll hand over our raiment bundle. And with 3 full bags, no less. I am grateful, but I fear this is hardly the last we'll hear of the kobolds. They have been continuing to grow, or they've been growing more restless in recent moons. Oh, sorry, that was my chair. And this trend is like to continue. I know I must be apprised of this incident. War is at our doorstep. Well, is that so? Just a touch of foreshadowing there. And Anoak there, who we've worked with in the past. So the kobolds are at it again. Not content with their own territory, the creatures have been pouring forth from their subterranean dwellings to wreak havoc on Leminson land. But we won't stand for it. Our livelihoods are at stake. Alas, with neither side willing to give any ground, I fear there may be no peaceful resolution. Well, that's unfortunate. An amateur's kurta, which is a crafting piece of armor. So if we pick up a crafting class, we can use that. And we have the option between those two. And I don't believe I have a necklace yet, so we'll choose the bone necklace. And equip that as well. Increase those stats. And another quest, of course. Bait and swat. Enoak deems a confrontation with the kobolds imminent. And you see we'll receive a hempen cowl for our work here. And that will be the first piece of gear that is what I refer to as a combination piece. Not only does it take up the body slot, but it will also take up the head slot as well, in that case with a hood. Casters and... Oh, I didn't read that line. The mines of Ogomoro aren't enough for the native nuisances of Northern Valebrand anymore. They've come to claim what's ours. Long ago, our war-weary forebears struck a short-sighted peace with the kobolds. What lay beneath the sea was to be Limsa's. What lay underground was Ogomoro's. Yet what resolved one conflict created another, as the sea cannot fully feed, clothe, and shelter the children of the land. Realizing this, the kobolds tacitly condoned the Leminson settlement of La Noscea. We shared an unspoken agreement, but now the kobolds aggressively assert their dominion, threatening our very survival. Adherence to a pact is meaningless if it means our demise. It comes time for us to take a stand. Seek the wisdom of Arinlona to learn how. I'll do just that. But as I was saying, it was a combination piece of armor, and casters and tanks run into those a lot. Matter of fact, the Dark Light set for both magic users and the tanks are a combination piece. Tanks actually have two pieces to that. Their chest piece and helmet are taken over by one piece, and their legs and feet are taken over by one piece. But here's Arinlona. So Enoak has at last abandoned the naive hope that the kobold menace will abate of its own accord. Their numbers have increased manifold as they expand southward. The food shortages spurred by overpopulation quicken the cycle of aggression. A common beggar would know better than to expect foodstuffs aboard a stagecoach bound for the stead, but the filthy scamps grow desperate. We need only to set the bait, and their hunger will be their undoing. Tell Anoak to make the arrangements. Just a little bit of back and forth between the two of them. Speak to Anoak. Ingenious will trap the hungry kobolds as one would any rodent, and I know just the bait to set. Tell Skarnmar to set aside some dodo meat from our next shipment. Set a bit of that in the blind iron mines, and the little gluttons won't be able to resist. So now we speak with Skarnmar. It's just kind of a triangle between those three, isn't it? I hand dead dodo to you, and you kill kobolds for me? A bargain if I ever heard one. Take this over to Quabati south of the mines. She'll know where it goes. And now we head back towards the mines, this time to the southern entrance, not the, what would that be, eastern entrance. But as I look at this, I should probably change my headpiece. I'll look at what this gives me. Intelligence and Mind 1. Actually, I think now that I look at that, I remember it wasn't better than what I was wearing already. So we'll keep the Moogle cap on, at least until we get our new cloak and robe. Again, wind sprite that we need to do for our hunting log, but we'll pass those for the time being. And I think we'll probably complete this quest and then wrap up this episode, just to kind of keep it on a bit of the shorter side. And I say that as we're already about 15 minutes in, but there's Quabati. Good to see the Red Rooster Stead hasn't turned chicken on us. Once you've found a good hiding spot, open the crate of meat nearby. The kobolds will follow their noses. By the time they see you, it'll be too late. Indeed. I thought she was supposed to tell us where to put it, though. Of course, that's what this area is there for. resisting the urge to just start killing those cave bats. I'm already, if I open my journal, you'll see this is a level 8 quest, and I am level 11. But there is our destination, so we'll interact with that, place our crate of meat, and now we need to find a hiding spot. Oh yes, it's right back outside here again. I forgot. There's our destination, so we'll stand watch and wait. Carbuncle standing steadfast beside us, and we sense a hostile presence. And Carbuncle goes straight to action. I didn't mean to cast Physic. Ooh, that overpower is probably going to hit me. Oh, jeez, from one AoE to another. And that is one of the 3 down. We have apparently one more that's there. It is. One more that needed to break out and open. And I was out of range if I would pay attention to the warnings I'm getting on the screen. And that is 3. So now we run back to the camp and speak with Anoak again. Ooh, enter Beastman, a fate that we could participate in, but in the interest of time, we will pass on that. And in the interest of time, I will use Sprint. And I think I'm going to use that entrance to get into the camp this time. Make sure that Carbuncle was still following me. I don't know why Carbuncle wouldn't be, but, you know. And haha, you've done it. I expected no less. I don't know what we would have done without you. Which makes me wonder what we will do once you've gone. I was hoping you might visit the drowning wench and speak with Baderon. It is no secret the Yellowjacks pay him heed. Mayhap he would put in a word, so that the stead might procure their protection. Ah, so we need to go back to Limsa Laminsa. And I have that set to this. So we'll do that. We'll go speak with Baderon and then wrap up inside Limsa Laminsa. And here we are. I will use the Aetheryte to go to the Aft Castle, which is just outside of the Drowning Wench. And here we are in the Drowning Wench. And there is Baderon with that quest notification above his head. So the steads in over their heads with the kobolds, are they? Indeed they are. 'Twas wishful thinking to believe the mine rats would stay put in Ogmoro. Any barkeep can tell ye as rodents won't. Any barkeep can tell ye as rodents are wont to spread. This wave just comes sooner than reckoned. The pact was a farce, and no handshake ever solved a blood feud. We just needed to lick our wounds a while is all. Well, I suppose they're all healed up. Even the maelstrom's taken note of how the rascals run rampant. You can be sure they're ordering crystals to summon Titan, and gods help us if they do. Limsa will look back on these petty thefts as skirmishes as the good old times when the day comes, I tell ye. And there won't be a company of heroes around to answer our prayers this time neither. Well, an ounce of prevention's worth a pound's of cure. So that's just their conversion of weights, so ons being an ounce and pons being a pound. occur. I'll take to the Yellow Jackets and see if they can slow down the Kobold's advance on the stead. And we get to choose our reward. Again, we'll take that hempen cowl and turn that in. Quest complete. And we come back out here, and at this time we're just gonna sit. We're gonna sit at one of the tables and close out. All I do is type the sit command, and Mia immediately finds that chair. I wonder, before I do that, before I sign off, we'll equip. Oh, it won't let me do that while I'm sitting down. There we go, a nice bright new robe for me. And we will sit again. But that's pretty much it for this episode. I thank you all for watching. Sorry, trying to find a good camera angle for this. Thank you all for watching. I hope that the series so far has been, if not entertaining, at least educational on what the first 11 levels of an Arcanist would look like in Limsa Lominsa. We will be hopefully wrapping this up soon. That's get caught up on the story quest, and just before I start the dungeons, once I unlock the first dungeon, Sestasha, that's where the 100% playthrough is going to end. That's where I'm going to start doing the more episodic-based episodes, I guess, where it'll be a little bit more featured on what's going on. But in the meantime, my name is Jonathan Cook. This is JC Let's Play. Let's get a goodbye wave from Mia there. And I want to thank you all again for watching, and I hope that you all take care and peace out.